As I was writing my morning pages this morning, I felt inspired to make this video and talk about something that just flew into my heart. Um, and just with a little background, where I'm at right now, one of the really present streams in my life is that my partner and I um, recently opened our relationship. And um, so I'm just feeling this new wave of aliveness in possibilities. And even as I say that, I feel really tender sharing that so publicly and also um, feels really right. And so I've been feeling this, in my body, this experience of not only like thinking about polyamory and new relationship configurations, but also feeling in my body um, all the possibilities and all of what's coming and opening. Um, my life is opening too, and I am opening too. And recently a new energy came into my life, and I'm feeling that even more. Um, and in that realm specifically. And as I was writing these pages, um, I felt into this sense of like, what if, um, what if Anna Karenina, this is a book I read when I was um, in my late teens, early 20s. And if you haven't read it, it's an incredible book about a woman. And I'm not going to do it justice in terms of a summary, but I highly recommend reading it if it calls to you. And it's really a tragedy of a woman exploring, what felt like, and this was my perception of the book, um, from a long, long time ago, what felt like, her um, her natural desires and feeling really, really stifled in this marriage and finding an outlet. And then, but how much inner conflict and controversy um, it all causes, and having to keep things secret. And I think back to like Anna Karenina as just one heroine, but also like all the heroines and heroes also in our past, in literature, in myth, in the myth of uh, our historical figures, and that mythology. And I think, what if they had, and I'm actually specifically though feeling into women here. Um, what if they had the blessing from themselves and also the outside world of exploring their desire and their need to feel alive, um, rather than settling and being told that they have to settle and that if they're good, they will settle um, for, you know, for a life that is very subpar. Um, I keep on thinking of this metaphor of like eating cardboard and, being sort of told that if one wasn't satisfied with that, um, that there was something wrong with them or they weren't ethical. And so this is one of the things that really like juices me up and, makes me feel alive. I feel alive when I feel into this kind of like alternate Anna Karenina reality. And not only feeling like a woman can um, be with, and explore, freely explore all of the desires inside of her because she feels that um, that it's, given room for, but also like blessed in that, blessed in a feeling of um, like you're actually like this world rejoices when you're in your pleasure, when you're in your joy, when you're receiving. Um, and I just feel so joyful as I feel into that. Something else wants to come through. What is it? Mm, mm, mm. I'm not sure what it is right now. Um, yes, this is what it is. It's that this really, for me, is actually one expression of a larger shift from seeing the world as a place of scarcity and life as an experience of scarcity to seeing life as an experience of abundance. And that um, there truly is, woven into the fabric, like the fabric of the magic of life itself is actually abundance. And all it takes is to really, and I say all it takes, but the truth is it took a lot of work for me to get here, a lot of, self-awareness, a lot of um, working with and feeling into and, you know, doing the work I was led to do with, my ego, dancing with my ego and, um, all of this work of awakening. Yeah, it took a lot of work. So saying all it takes is just to like open to the abundance that's already there. It's sort of on one level, bypasses and doesn't represent an accurate picture of how much it's actually taken. And though all of that work was really an unlearning, was really an unlearning. Um, and so, yeah, perhaps that's my final thought is I'm feeling into the frequency, um, the feeling of abundance and the possibility, the reality that we can, what if we like bless each other? What if we bless each other to live in full abundance? Hmm.